bonus writing episode.
Okay.
I need to talk to Dave Grohl. I have a question that has just been killing me.
I'll
for
give you
years.
his number.
Will you please? It's actually about Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Okay.
This just coincides with writing because it's a decision that I have scoured the internet. I know I'm not the best at the internet, but I've been trying to find somebody who has noticed this and figured out why or something, or maybe he asked an interview. I've never seen it. Smells Like Teen Spirit. Everybody knows that song. Biggest song, fucking...
I've heard of it.
Yeah, rings a bell.
I like Nirvana, but they haven't come out with anything new recently.
So everybody knows the riff. Okay, so that song's 5 minutes. So that riff happens a lot. It's the intro. It is every chorus. It is underneath the guitar solo. It's almost the whole song. Dave Grohl on the drums every single time. He hits the crash every single time around. Except the first time the guitar solo comes in, he stays on the hi-hat for some reason. I don't know why that would have been like an artistic call, because it just for one random time out of 5 minutes doesn't make sense. But it also doesn't make sense that the producer would have not caught that.
Mistakes get through.
Yeah, it does. I'm just surprised that I mean, I know it was 1990, so maybe he couldn't have edited it at that point, but I feel like he could have edited it. I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
Listen to it. People who are listening to us, listen to it and see if you can pick that out. The first time when a guitar solo comes in, Dave Grohl stays on the hi-hat instead of going to the crash cymbal. If anybody knows why he did that, somebody tell me, because it's really bugging me.
You also don't have to go listen to this and try and find that.
I mean, it's a fun listen regardless.
Yeah. I've been meaning to check it out.
It's a B-side. It's all right. It's whatever.
It's one of their lesser known tracks.
Speaking of lesser known tracks, here you go.
Segue.
AllurA.
Oh wait, this is the Remember the Times podcast. I'm Mitch. This is AJ, and this is a bonus episode.
Number 8, if I.
We're calling
correctly.
it number 8. We'll find out when I actually post it. I've been wrong before.
So this is kind of a new thing for us. We're not going out of time, but this is like its own little story that starts right now, but it's going to end in 2020.
It encapsulated too much time that there's never a good point to insert it, except for right now, probably.
We could have waited until the time that it was released to talk about it. However, it's such a big part of this summer for us. I feel like if we just keep saying the song and nobody knows what we're talking about, it will just be weird. So I thought we should just do it this way, and you agreed.
Yeah.
So
I don't care.
You don't. I don't care. So this song, Samhain Serenade, I started writing in January 2008, shortly after Sean and Josh left the band. So it was one of the first ones we wrote with John and Taylor. I think it's pretty obvious, but I was listening to a lot of Between the Buried and Me.
Yeah.
At the time.
As were we all.
Yeah, exactly. Colors had come out not too long before that. And I just wanted to write one that was just complete nonsense and nothing repeated, and it was all over the place. Changed time signatures, key changes, everything. The whole 9 yards. Singing, screaming, whatever. And so I had written this song, and we were all really pumped on it. We wanted to put it on the album. And when we got to pre-production, we played it for our producer, Darren Bumble. And he was just like, nope, that song's stupid.
Scrap it.
So we didn't even get to attempt to track it. He was like, that song's dumb. We're not doing that song. So we were really bummed. We kept playing it live though.
Yeah. We love the song.
Yeah. And it was a big part. I think we played it second in the set, all Warped Tour. So for 2 months straight, we played this song.
Yeah.
You never finished lyrics though?
Never finished the lyrics.
for you or Chris. So if you can keep in mind for all the Warped Tour episodes, we're playing this song, which I think went over better than any other song in the
People
set.
loved it because they were like, "This is weird."
But you and Chris and maybe Taylor were all screaming and singing gibberish for a majority of the song.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
We'll get into that later. I do think we ended up selling more on this tour, more CDs and stuff, more merch, which is weird for some reasons, but I kind of think this song in particular had a lot to do with it because it's 2008, metalcore was huge. This was starting to turn into more of a metal tour, not so much punk. And from our set prior to this one, we just loaded it up with breakdowns, and the kids just wanted to dance. They just wanted to throw down.
Kids just want to dance. Well, I remember this Warped Tour, like Protest the Hero was one of the really big bands on it.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like an interesting like prog metalcore group.
Yeah. A Day to Remember was on it. All That Remains was on it. A lot of heavy bands. And kids wanted to throw down.
Bring Me the Horizon, I think, was on it.
Were they?
Yeah, at least chunks of it.
Maybe they were. Was Under Oath on it again? No, maybe that was 09. Anyways, this song has like 10 breakdowns. So kids were just, really like the energy for our set picked up when this song got there.
I do remember like kids coming from our set to our booth to buy merch and then asking which track that was. And we're like, yeah, it's actually not on this album.
So
We
much
were
so.
told we couldn't put it on this album.
People liked it so much. Or like when All That Remains got on the tour, I think they did like 2 or 3 weeks of the tour. The singer came to our set multiple times, and I remember seeing him on the first day like crack a smile when you introduced the song because would give this speech about what the lyrics were supposedly about, even though you were singing gibberish, and he just thought it was hilarious.
There were lyrics.
There were some.
They were unfinished, but there were lyrics.
But he thought it was hilarious. He probably came to watch us like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
The time in the Minnesota date, I specifically remember him coming, and when you went into the speech, he like was like laughing out loud like while you were giving the speech or whatever. We'll dive into this story when that date comes up, but he really liked this song in particular. Anyways, so we kept playing it through this tour. It didn't get to be recorded. Now we're going to fast forward to 2010 or 11. We've already hinted at it, not giving away storylines here, but this was after the point that Mitch was in AllurA, and AllurA was in the studio again recording, and Taylor, Chris, and I were like, we really want to throw this song on the album. We want to try it. We had other members, but we didn't really feel like trying to explain this song to the drummer or whatever. It was just like, it took Chris forever to figure this out. We don't want to do this again. We're just going to lay down everything, the 3 of us. The plan was to ask you to do it, even though you weren't in it, and basically just like do a duet with Chris on it.
This is
Chris
news
was
to
the
me.
Singer, yeah. Well, because we never got to this stage, but this was the plan. We hadn't practiced it. Chris and I and Taylor remembered it enough, so we were. If we could figure it out, we were going to ask you to come do it. Basically like Kill Switch, had Howie come back and sing with Jesse. We were going to do that. And we could not map the song out. Like, we could not figure it out. Some parts were too fast. Some parts were too slow. And we finally just gave up. We were like, I can't even fucking figure this out. Like
It's too hard.
Like, there was a different drummer. Chris was singing at this point. But we just had Chris play drums. On Ken, the guy who's doing Family Clothing, we were recording with him at his studio there. So for about 10 years, until he sadly lost all of his files, there was a drum track and a scratch guitar of me playing Samhain Serenade to a terrible attempt at trying to map this song out.
Yeah.
We had gotten through it, but we nixed it, so we never actually asked you.
Fair.
If you had said no, I did write lyrics to it. I had finished it. We were really hoping you were going to say yes, and I'm glad that this never happened, that we gave up, because I don't remember what they were about. These, unfortunately, have gotten lost to time. They were on a computer. But this song could only have been, one, I love what you wrote about. It's just hilarious, but also it could only be sung by you. It wouldn't have worked any other way.
In 2011, I probably would have said no.
Yeah, yeah.
That's me. I'd be like, fuck you guys.
So I'm glad this didn't work out. But so this was the second time that this song had come back after such a great first outing, even though it got nixed from the album. So now we're fast forwarding to 2018. Chris and I, you and I had been playing together, but Chris and I had really been only doing cover band stuff for about 5 years now. We hadn't toured together. We hadn't been writing together or anything. Chris was in a much different place. And I suggested that I was just, just for fun. AllurA had already been done at this point. There was 2 AllurA songs that we never got to record that we always wished we had. One of the songs spawned a whole other project, but we wanted Samhain to be an AllurA song, but we just wanted to just try it out and see if we could actually get it this time. And we were recording with Mr. Jeff Bates.
I think that was probably a huge part of it, is that you found an engineer that you clicked with very well. And you guys now had like very good shorthand, and you knew exactly how to bring out stuff from each other. And it's just like, he's like, okay, I see you're struggling with this. What if we do it? What if we approach it this way? And then you just nail it.
Yeah. So he's awesome. Conan Town Studios. He's the engineer there. If anybody needs something done,
he's your guy.
Go to Bates. And we asked you again because from the beginning it was if you listen to it, it has to be sung by you. It just had to be. Yes.
I would have probably sued the shit out of you guys for I guess negative money.
For negative money, yeah. So we started chipping away at it. Chris and I were in the studio. Whenever I would come home from tour, we would just get in there and record more. So Chris recorded the drums, and then I did all the guitars and the bass. I talked to Taylor and John about we'll get into this later, more about the structure. I didn't feel like asking them to record it because, one, I hadn't really heard about either of them playing much at that point of any kind of music, much let alone metal. The song was difficult. It had not been recorded, so this was all off of memory. And we love working with Bates, but he kind of fits us in on weird hours, when he doesn't have anything. And I didn't want to waste his time trying to, when 5 of us are going off of a 12-year-old song that we don't remember. So I didn't really want to push him too much,
And it's honestly better at a certain point if there's only there's fewer brains trying to remember it, because even if you're wrong, at least you're not getting pulled in all these different directions.
Yeah. Too many cooks in the kitchen and be oh, I think it was this thing, it was that.
Yeah, I kind of remember doing this, and who the fuck knows? Let's make a decision.
Yeah, I actually look back because I filmed you recording the vocals. But so what year was it? It was
2020, wasn't
May
it?
May 29th, 2020. We all went in there, and the 3 of us did all of the vocals.
I feel like something else happened that year.
What could it have been?
I remember it COVID was kind of in the background in May 2020. Was it May, or it might have really hit in June 2020?
No, I think it hit before.
No,
April.
March.
It hit in April March. Yeah.
So May was we're all kind of concerned about it a little bit. I was.
We were you came in through a different door, and we weren't in the same room the whole time.
Well, because also at the time, my wife was very, very pregnant. Because my daughter was born July 2020.
And I had a 6-month-old or something.
We've all got small children. We're let's all go to this studio where musicians just cycle through all the time.
Yeah. So we were all basically in separate rooms, and only one of us would go in and record at a time. Mm-hmm. Had this been any earlier, I would not have been on this as much. We can talk about it more, but Chris and Taylor would have done the screaming. This point in time, one of my only 2 jobs is to play guitar and scream.
Yeah.
Chris does not scream anymore, so I did all of it because Chris was I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I've lost it.
So he sang, but it's really more of a you and me doing everything.
I think I remember when we were tracking, I was I haven't tried to scream since probably 2008, 2009. Can I give it a go? And then I was yeah, AJ should probably do the screaming.
Yeah, Chris didn't even attend. He's that, just do it. So I guess, you want to know that. So after all of that, November 25th, 2020, we finally released it. My wife did the artwork. She drew hand painted a it's kind of based off your lyrics, but it's like a
Like a funeral pyre kind of deal.
yeah. Very cool, and it's self-released, and we just thought it would be a good quarantine release because what the fuck else was happening?
We were also very bored.
Yeah.
We were like, let's. This is a great time to release the most insane thing we've ever written.
Yeah. So, and I think it couldn't have come out better. We're going to talk to you now about how we wrote this thing.
Yes.
But that's the long 12-year journey it took to get from writing it to actually coming out because, one, somebody thought it sucked. Two, we couldn't figure it out. Three, what else we got going on? Yeah. Let's fucking put this song out.
Now available on Spotify. Make sure you check it out.
Spotify, iTunes, Apple, whatever you do. So
send me $5 and I'll text you a link.
I think this song is about 5 minutes long. I put some timestamps in there because basically nothing repeats in this song, and I kind of I can tell you what was going on in my head and everyone's through each part of this song, and the final product is a little different. But so the beginning of the song through 53 seconds, if you listen to that, it is obvious that I was listening to a lot of Colors. I think it's a very weird thing.
BT Bam.
It's like 3/4, then there's one bar of like 4/4 or something, and then it goes back to 3/4, and then it's into an opera thing, which I don't remember if the opera thing was there when we did it on Warped Tour.
I kind of do.
Do you remember
I feel
that?
like we did.
When we tried to record it in 2011, my idea was to have my sister do it, who is a very good singer. And then we scratched it. We did ask her to do it again in 2018 or 19 when we recorded it. And we were going to just have her do it with you and hit like that whole other register. Sarah lives in Austin. It just didn't work out with the timing. And I think it was actually really funny that it was just you. I mean, it would have been cool to have a choir of you in there.
Yeah.
But it sounds really good anyways. But so this part's nuts. So 0 to 53 seconds is all BT Bam and it's complete nonsense. I do remember John writing I think he came up with all of the bass line because I had just written the lead. And he wrote the fills, which somehow I remembered 12 years, 8 years, 10 years later and was able to record it. And then, yeah, it definitely took Chris a while to do that. 25 seconds, it turns into a breakdown, and I do a riff, which in my head, I was kind of thinking more of like a cell keys, like, and like it wasn't a breakdown. I believe Taylor had the idea to not play with me and like do a breakdown behind it. So that's breakdown 1. And once that hit, all the kids were starting to go nuts. But so Chris and Taylor worked on that, and they had the breakdown, and that really changed that part of the song because I had a way different thing in my head. This was a real group effort song, I would say. Yeah, a lot of chromatic stuff in here. So then it drops into another breakdown. Besides the opera, there's just like a scream, like a oh.
Yeah.
Which, every band was doing at the time. But I think that's where
the metal oh.
Yeah. So yeah, it drops into another breakdown and changes time signature again.
Yeah, because why not?
Because why not? And so the kids were even happier. And then at 1:06, a minute 6 in, Mitch starts to sing besides the opera part. Which, again, I feel like sounds pretty AFI. I'm going to be honest. It's more of like a yelly type deal for you. You wrote all the melodies and stuff that you hear.
This one, so I remember in the previous bonus, we were talking about how I would like sit in my office when I was working at the parks, and I would play it on like a tape cassette and then like try to write things. This one I really specifically remember doing that for the original version, and then I can explain later how I ended up going back and doing them again as a grown up.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you did it on tape. Damn. This part at 1:06 that comes in, it's like a little more of like a punky part. I remember Taylor doing like the last part of the line. He did like a Brain Stew Green Day like harmonic line. I just couldn't figure out how to get it right on the recording, so we decided to nix it. It just, I don't know, it wasn't working. I kind of wish I had gone back and tried again, but that's one slight difference. Then after this part, At 118, it goes back into the breakdown that we had just introduced before.
Yeah, the breakdown is the hook.
Yeah, I just add in harmonics this time, but it's basically the same thing. So we reintroduce it. And then at 129, there's a very System of a Down, I would call it, little tiny guitar and vocal transition. What I wrote on the guitar already sounds pretty System, and you took it to a whole other level.
This is the da 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that part.
And you octave it, just the highest voice on top of it. But like, even that hadn't been there, it was like, oh yeah, so we're listening to System now. So it's basically, I feel like the song is like a mix between System of a Down and Between the Buried and Me.
In art, you call that a pastiche.
Yeah, but I feel like the drums are. I feel like you can really hear Chris's love for the rev in this one in particular. But so there's this really funny little tiny bridge at 129. 1 second later, a minute 30. It's a second verse, you could call it. It's completely different from the first verse.
Yeah.
The guitar is completely different. The progression's different. Your vocal line's completely different.
And you wonder why the original lyrics never got finished. I think happened. What I think happened was I was writing it in the office at the Parks, and then that was when we found out we weren't going to record it.
Oh, okay.
But then it was like, let's still play it on Warped Tour. I was like, well, I never finished it, but yeah, sure.
We'll get to that. The end is my favorite part of that, but I think this was the first part of the song where Bates came in with an idea for a vocal harmony that I don't remember being there playing it live on Warped Tour.
Okay.
The last line in this part of the song, there's now a lower vocal harmony that you do, which I don't believe was there, but
yeah, we were having a little fun in the studio.
Man, all right. This part is my most upsetting part of the song at a minute 53 after this second verse. On the recording, we go back to this breakdown that we had already played twice. I just could not. I knew the song went to a breakdown. I couldn't remember what it was. Mm-hmm. You couldn't remember. Chris couldn't remember. I called Taylor. He didn't remember. I FaceTimed John while we were in the studio recording drums. He didn't remember either. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I don't know. But I knew it was a breakdown, so just on a whim, because I just could not fucking remember what it was, I just decided to go back to that at breakdown and just play it ever so slightly differently again.
Honestly, probably made the song make more sense than the original.
Yeah. I mean, but the point was to be completely confusing about it.
Yeah.
And then after it came out, it must have jogged Taylor's memory because he called me, or maybe he texted me, and he's like, hey, why'd you change that breakdown? I was like, fuck, why? Do you remember what it was? And he's like, yeah. He completely doesn't remember me asking him beforehand. But it was like, I wrote, again, I had a chromatic theme. It went down, 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 down. So it was 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we did that part as a build up, and then you did like a woo, and we broke it down. Yeah. And that was like another breakdown, which everyone thought was hilarious. I'm very mad that part isn't in there. Just not like we're trying to like tour on AllurA or something. It's just like, this might have made the song better, but I wish it was just like as exact as it was in 2008.
That was the idea.
Yeah, and I just couldn't remember it, but now I know what it was. I do remember that Taylor really wanted, like, he was just playing, but he never like really finished it, and Taylor thought Chris could have done something more creative than just play right along with us before it dropped. And I remember Chris like just like not doing it.
No.
And that same argument kept coming up, and Taylor was just getting a little more heated as the tour was going on. It's like, fucking figure out something cooler to do. And because it was like, no. Like, the more Taylor tried it, he's like,
Yeah, that's not how you get Chris to do something in
not
2008.
At that point. Yeah. So, I still really wish that part was there. But after that breakdown, at 1:59, we go into what, it's kind of like a dance part of the song, I would say. In my head, I originally, when I was writing this guitar line, I just wrote the octaves. I wanted it to be completely electronic. I didn't want there to be drums or guitar. I wanted us to like have Taylor or Sam, our roadie, make like an electronic line. That was my idea for this part. Once we got to 2018, I just didn't feel like figuring that out. And I have no experience.
And we never played it like that either.
Yeah, we never played it like that. So we just nixed it Cool thing about the drums in that song. I love the drums on this part. Go back and listen to it. So it's at 153. It's a very dancey beat, but it's very interesting. Chris had originally written this really cool drum beat for the verses of From Beneath, which was on our last album, or our EP, the original EP. And Chris is in the studio doing it, and the drummer's like, or the engineer's like, it's too busy. Just go really simple. And now Chris is just doing like a very closed hi-hat dance beat on that song, which we were all really bummed about because Chris had taken a lot of time on this, and I thought it was really cool. So the drum beat for this part is a version of that initial beat from Beneath that he didn't get to use. I think he might have fucked with it a little bit just to make it fit more, some accents, but that's where this beat came from. So it was originally from Beneath.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. So that's at 159. Yeah. There's also a vocal harmony this entire time, which was not there in 2008 on Warped, but I believe that was a Bates suggestion that we were like, fuck yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, why not make it better?
Yeah, so you're harmonizing yourself here.
Always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After the dance beat, 228. Oh man, I love this part. It's really just, we go from this dance beat and we like break it down to just this really epic singing part. And Taylor came up with like a counter melody to you. It's like an echo, which I believe Chris does on the recording. He came up with an octave line. I think this is one of the prettiest parts of the song. More vocal harmonies were added via Bates' suggestions, right? I believe. But I think you sound, that part's really nice and epic.
That's one of the biggest heavy hitting like moments of the song, which is saying a lot because there's like 8 breakdowns in it.
Yeah.
But it's the slow like fuck yeah, like jam out part.
Yeah. A little fun fact on this part. I think this was on days, as we're going to get into this, we've already been talking about how your voice was going like this, and on days that you were really struggling, Chris was taking that for you, and then you were singing Taylor's part. Mm-hmm. And somehow, I don't know why, this song was coming up a lot, but Chris found out that this melody from a very famous Bane song, the hardcore band, just happened to fit over the chord progression that I wrote as well. I don't know if you remember this, but there was a couple days on Warped Tour when Chris just started singing the Bane melody instead.
I do remember that.
What's the song? It's called I listen to it all the time. Swan Song.
Okay.
It's the singing part. All your horrors, they multiply. Da, da, da. I don't know if you remember that, but he did that.
See, I never listened to Bane.
Yeah, I don't really, but I love this one song. But anyways, we did it a couple times to see if anybody noticed. I don't think anybody noticed, but we enjoyed this little nod to Bane that we, instead of doing the unfinished lyric melody that you wrote, we would sing the Bane melody.
Fair.
On Warped Tour. So 2 minutes, 50 seconds through 3 minutes and 20, we go into this like really awesome double kick metal riff, and then we break it down. We do the same riff but slower, and we slow down the metronome, and it's like way heavier. There were no lyrics that you wrote. I remembered exactly what Chris did on the drums. I remember the double kick. I remember the stop. I remember him breaking it down, but I could not remember the riff that I played. I just couldn't. I was like doing everything I could to remember every which way. It wasn't coming to me. I knew it was something close to what's on the album. It's not what was there. So this is one of the 2 parts that I just couldn't remember.
Still pretty impressive that you remembered any of it.
Yeah, thank you. But so the riff that is at this part of the song is close. It's not exact though. I knew it was something like that. But I do really like that, how that breakdown turned out and stuff. That was really cool. And now we're at the end of the song when the System and Avenged Sevenfold kicks in like no other.
When they run into each other.
Yeah, the drums I think are just super. We had been listening to a lot of the White Album, but also, I don't know if it had come out yet, but we went to the show, but like, yeah, maybe it did come out, the Diamonds in the Rough like live album with all the
Yeah.
extra songs. And I don't know, the drums, I feel like I can just hear that we were listening to those two Avenged albums a lot. But like, so this part, what it's almost like it's not a, is it a gallop? It's not a gallop.
I mean, I always thought of it as a gallop. Lyrically, it was a gallop.
Yeah, you went nuts on it. It's awesome. But we turned this one riff. Oh, the dance part, I forgot to say that. So this end of the song is this one progression. It's a very standard progression. And we just repeat that over and over again for like 40 seconds, a minute or something. John, in the dance part, for some reason, I hadn't written the rhythm, but he was like, that progression you did at the end of the song, that should be the rhythm for the dance part. I just remember him saying that at practice one night. I was like, oh, fuck, you're right, that is it. So that kind of brought the song together a little more in a weird way. It's played completely differently, but they are playing the same. Taylor and John are playing the same progression in the middle of the song, and now at the end, just played way differently. But that was John's doing.
Nice. Good work, John.
Yeah. So, this part's like split up into like a breakdown. I do a riff. You sing, then then alternate melodies are coming in. All this crazy stuff. So it's like, I don't know, this is one of my favorite parts of the song. And I remember John doing some really cool stuff with the bass line and stuff. The main thing I remember about playing this live, besides everybody smiles were going around because they thought this part was so ridiculous, was that the end of the song is like these like super staccato hits and you like screaming it, you and Chris screaming it live, but you hadn't finished lyrics, so you were just like, bah, 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 brackadoo, 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 brack, straight into hell. And he just kept saying that for 2 months. And like we were trying to like not smile, but we were all laughing at you. The whole, like not at you, but like laughing at you because you were just saying.
I was just saying gobbledygook.
Yeah, you were literally saying brackadoo, brack.
Brackadoo, brack. Well, because I was like, I know what the words need to sound like. I don't know what they are.
Yeah. So how did you end up finishing the lyrics for this song? I feel like you said I inspired you, not what you wrote, but where and how you wrote it.
No,
you took
when we were talking about how it was originally written was me like sitting in a spot listening to it on a tape cassette and then like just trying to ride along to it.
Yeah,
I had not written lyrics to a song probably since then.
Oh, okay.
Not that I can remember. So I didn't remember how to do it.
Okay.
But I remember that's how I used to do it. And you had sent me kind of like the pre-mix. It was I think it was like 2019. I was doing this.
Yeah.
At that time it would have to work. So it was right after Christina and I got married. We went to Europe because her choir was doing like a little tour.
Yeah.
And it was her old college choir, and they invited everybody out, and husbands could come too. But there was a lot of downtime for the husbands because there was nothing for me to do while they were rehearsing, and they rehearsed a lot. So we were in Paris, and they were in this church rehearsing. And I was just like, I'm gonna go try to get this work done. And so I went to a market. And I bought a bottle of wine and a corkscrew. And then I went to a park because I was like, I'm in Paris. I'm allowed to do this. And I sat down and I drank the entire bottle of wine. And I had earbuds in and I had the demo version of it on my phone. And I refused to get up until it was done. And
nice.
And so I remembered like a couple small pieces about the song.
Okay.
I remembered the speech that I gave about what it was about. And then other than that, I had to just write it from scratch for the most part.
So will you tell them what it's about? Because this is like...
No, you have to listen to it yourself. No, it's I think the original version. So one change that I did make. The original version was basically Tribute by Tenacious D.
Okay.
When I went back to try and write it again, it was about like people challenging a demon and like accidentally summoning it or some along those lines. And I had this cool vision in my head of armored rhinoceroses with demons like riding the backs of them.
Yeah, the speech that you used to give that the AllurA main singer liked was that we were riding into hell on armored plated rhinos.
That was it.
To fight somebody in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it was like, yeah, it was about the band writing a song to like vanquish demons, and I was like, that's Tribute by Tenacious D. That's been done. Right.
Yeah.
So then the tour that my wife was on, it was all old churches in Europe, and so I had the idea that instead it would be about people finding a book with like spells or like a song, and then they would sing the song trying to like, summon something to help them, and it turns out that it's bad. So it was basically Evil Dead.
Nice. Perfect.
So I stole from Evil Dead instead.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it was close to the same. I was like,
That's epic.
it's like demons and like there's monsters and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think I still got armor plated rhinos in there.
I think you did. I'm pretty sure.
Because that was like the only thing I truly remembered about the song.
about
I was
it.
like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, imagine like a rhino, but it's got like armor on it. So it's fucking sick, dude.
I mean, the song is what I wrote. The music is ridiculous, so it only makes sense.
I think that was the idea when I heard it. I was like, I have to write the stupidest shit, like the
Yeah.
craziest shit I can think of.
Yeah, I'm not saying I wrote like bad shit, but I was like intentionally making it
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah,
So,
we were
like,
trying to
doesn't
write
make
a
sense.
song that was insane.
Yeah, yeah.
So I felt the lyrics had to match. And then when we were redoing them later, I was like, all right, I've grown up a little bit. Let's make it not a direct rip of Tenacious D.
Right. I think so. When you got back from that trip, you had told me that you finished it, but I didn't mean like that. Like I inspired you like writing it because I know you had already had the idea, and we were trying to make it as close to the original as possible. But I had gone on my honeymoon in Europe earlier, and
Right.
I had written like 4 songs, and I told you that I had done that because I was just like, I'm just hanging out in Europe, writing some songs.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, that sounds pretty dope. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and,
that's
and
what
I,
think, but
yes, and I had so much downtime because
right.
they've rehearsed for like 3 hours, and I was like, I'm gonna go get drunk in a park and try to figure out this song, trying to remember how to write a song. I was like,
Came out
I
fantastic.
think I bought a notebook.
Really?
I bought the wine, bought the corkscrew, and I was like, here we go. Sat down, opened it up, and just started working.
Song is ridiculous.
Yes.
But so that's it. It took us 12 years. I would say the song, granted, the lyrics weren't finished anyways, so that part doesn't matter. But like musically, and all the melodies are basically the same. But the song is about 90% exact what we played on Warped Tour and originally wrote because we wanted to keep it. Because why? Like, there's no point in changing.
Yeah,
it.
I think on top of the music, this scratch tracks or the demo version that you sent me, you'd also sent me like voice memos of like, and I think the chorus went like, na na na.
Like, I remembered all the melodies that you
Yeah.
wrote. So yeah. Okay, I did do that.
So
yes.
that was helpful. So I was just like finding words that fit in there. Basically, I wasn't going from scratch.
Right. Yeah. Damn. And yeah, there it is. You can listen to it. Spotify, Apple, whatever you want.
It took a long time to get to you, so I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. Craziest song Mitch and I have ever been a part of writing, I dare say.
Yeah, probably ever will be. At least for me. I don't know what you're up to.
I can't imagine I would repeat that one, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah. But all right. That's we're gonna take a Christmas break right now.
That's right.
And
It's
in the
holidays.
new year, January, we are gonna start diving into Warped Tour 2008.
And it's a big one, folks.
This is a wild
Strap
one.
in. We'll
This is
see
a real
you.
wild one.
See you in 2026. What year is it right now? We'll see you next year.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Bye.
Bye.